So, how many of you are here in the room because you want to add more money to the end of your month? Woo! And how many of you would really like to understand this thing called financial freedom and claim it as your own like this? Everybody go, yes, I claim it?
Yes, I claim it.
Absolutely. Well, what we're going to talk about today is your opportunity to create your own financial journey and financial freedom with absolute total ease. What's the word?
Ease.
Yeah. And I can say that because this is exactly what happened to me. And I'm not any different than any one of you. If you had told me a few years ago, 9 years ago, that I'd be in front of the room presenting and talking about money and all these things, I'd be like, I don't know what you're doing. Because I'd be the person at the back of the room, real quiet, hoping no one would notice me, because that's who I used to be. That's what I claimed at that point in my life. But that's totally shifted. So would it be okay if I shared my financial story with you? Yes. So, like Latoya, I came, my family came from Trinidad. And I remember when we came, my mom's expressed commitment was that we came to get a better education so that we could have a great job, have a great career, and be financially free, and basically have a better life than she did. And my mom's my hero, so I totally adapted that. And I went on to get an education. I have 7 years of post-secondary education. Why, I don't know, but I do. I went to work in my career, rose to the top of my field, my background's family, individual, and group counseling, so I did that for about 15 years. And like Latoya, although I loved it, I was not making the money I believe I deserved. How many of you believe you deserve more money? Absolutely. So that's what was going on for me. And how it was playing out in my life was, one, it was causing a lot of stress. And when I get stressed, unlike many people, I lose weight. So at the point where I was introduced to Isagenix, I was 10 pounds underweight. It did not matter how much I slept. I never, ever woke up feeling rested. Anybody have the snooze button as your best friend? Because the level of stress in your life, your mind is just racing, and you're never really recovering. So that was me. I was in a marriage that was falling apart due to financial stress. We were juggling our bills. And I was just praying for an answer. And I got a call one day from a friend by the name of Susan, and Susan said, Suzanne, I found this product you really need to try. And she told me about, this great food that she was consuming, this nutritional cleanse that she'd done, how people were releasing pounds and inches, and me, because I was stressed, said, no thank you, and I'm at the front. And I share that with you because sometimes the miracle you are seeking will not come in the package you expected. How many can agree with that? Right? It does not come in the package you expected. Well, mine came in a brown box on my doorstep. And I'm forever grateful. Because Susan kept calling me, and on the 7th call, I picked up and I said, okay, I'm going to try this. What happened for me was, in 4 days, I got my energy back. I woke up before my alarm clock for the first time ever in years. I had mental clarity. I had a sense of well-being. And I didn't have a weight loss story, but still people asked me, what are you doing? They wanted to know why my eyes were so white. They wanted to know why my skin had that glow. My hairdresser wanted to know what happened to my hair because it was growing like a weed. My nails started to grow. People wanted to know what I was doing. And I highlight that because that is the access to your financial freedom. Okay? People start asking me, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? And as I answered, and I began to share, money began to arrive in my mailbox, if you will. And I thought, well, this is interesting. Now, me being financially upside down, I knew in that moment that this was going to be my vehicle. I knew I would have success. Now, I want to highlight that I knew, because how many of you have been in an opportunity, saw something, and you had the hope? I hope I'll have success. There's a distinction, isn't there? There's a very clear distinction. Because when I looked at this, I had no shadow of doubt. I knew I was going to have success. And I can share that with you because it was simple. It was easy, and it made perfect sense. So what I'm going to show you is how you can also know. Okay? How many of you are ready to know? To know without a shadow of a doubt that you're going to have success. So, as we heard earlier, there's 5 ways to make money in Isagenix with retail profits. There's product introductory bonuses, team bonuses, matching team bonuses, and promotions and incentives and all those wonderful things. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some time and break down each step, and I'm going to show you how simple you can make this happen, because you're going to take an action that you do regularly and create income with it. So the first one is retail profit. Now, I want you to think about this. What would happen if you ate the Isagenix food? You released some body fat, you built some lean muscle, your skin started to glow, you got that airbrush look, your hair was looking amazing. Do you think a friend or two would say, "What are you doing?" Yes, they would. Now, would you tell them, or would you be the closet user? You would tell them, right? Well, see, what happens in Isagenix is we're going to get rewarded for doing what we do every day, because this is what I do know. When something amazing happens to me and I have that experience, and this is the difference between a sale and a share, if you will, okay? Once I have that experience, I can't help but tell someone. I'm going to call my girlfriend and say, "You got to find out what's happening with me," right? I am, whatever's going on, we're going to share. So what Isagenix is going to do is they're going to reward you for a habit you've been doing for years, right? Restaurant, anybody share a restaurant? Did they send you a check? No. Theater? Have you been to a theater? Told a friend, great movie, did they send you a check? No. Hairdresser? No. But in Isagenix, all they're going to say is eat the food, share the food. And when you share the food, we will pay you. Does that work? Okay. So the retail profit is you buy the products wholesale, okay? And you sell them and you make a retail profit. It's that simple. And the retail profit is about 35%. Okay, so that's the first way that you can make money. And this is actually really good. How many of you know chiropractors, health professionals, personal trainers? This is a really good model for them. Okay, so and as I go through, I'm going to give you cues and start writing down the people in your world that you think, yeah, I can show. How many of you are personal trainers? A chiro, a doctor, a massage therapist. Okay, so this is one way. But the second way is we're going to talk about how you can come and become a member. So the first thing that people do with Isagenix is they join, they become a member. Okay, and you can pay $29 because that's the only membership I know I like. Okay. So you pay $29 and you become what we call an associate. And what Isagenix gives you is they give you your own personal website, okay? They give you a customer service team. They give you a distribution team. They give you all the resources that you require so that you can effectively share and actually run your own business if you choose to. Okay, so the first thing you do is you come in and you open your account. Okay? To be active in Isagenix, and what that means is to participate in the wealth aspect of it, what they ask you to do is eat the food. That's it. No inventory, no buying extra products. You just eat the food. And what qualifies you to do business is usually the same amount that you would personally use on a monthly basis. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, when I looked at this, what I saw was that I was being rewarded for a habit I was doing anyway. I was eating. Any of you eating? I was eating on a regular basis. I was trading out for better food, and I could run my business out of a habit I did every day. So for me, it was a no-brainer. Because I wasn't spending extra money. I was just changing money over and shopping for myself, eating the food and getting rewarded. So the first thing you're going to do. So what happens is you open your account and you pick a pack that you want to start with, right? And every pack in Isagenix has a bonus called a product introduction bonus. I like to call it a referral bonus, right? So if I pick the business builder pack, whoever referred me to Isagenix would earn $150. If I picked the president's pack, the person who made the referral would earn $80. If I picked one of our 30-day starter packs, the person who referred me would earn $25. The second thing they would ask me if I was really committed, and I ask people, if you're going to do this, if you're looking at your health, transforming your health, will that happen in 2 weeks or 30 days? No. You'll see results. So I'm going to ask people to commit to their health for a year. And if you're looking at the business, you commit. And how do we make sure that your commitment is solid is we put you on a program, we call it an auto ship, okay? And all it is an automatic shipment of products that comes to your house every 30 days. And once you do those things, one is you're active, but you're qualified for business, and you're also qualified to take care of your own health. Does that make sense? Can I hear you?
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay? It guarantees consistent use of the product. You eat the food, you create changes, you start looking amazing. What are people going to do?
Yes.
Ask you, what are you doing? Okay, so that's your first step. And you know, it's interesting because I love the compensation plan. I love the money. I do. I love the whole aspect of it. But the products are your fuel for your money. Okay? And I want to just take a sidebar here and really talk about the use of the products. Because what most people do not get is product use builds credibility. Okay? The more you use your products, the more credibility you build in your business. The more you transform, the more credibility you build. Because people do what? They believe what they see, not what they hear. Right? And if you're going to be one of those stop and start users, guess what they're going to think? That's how you do business. Right? Become a product of your product and be your own walking advertisement. Because every single month you will build credibility. You think anybody asked me if the products work? Right? No. No one's going to ask me because I have credibility. Because I've been using these products for a very long time, and I'm a product of my product. Does that make sense? Awesome. So, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about sharing it. So the second thing you do is you share. Okay? So the thing that we call is a product introduction bonus. I wanted to call it a referral bonus because that's what you're doing. You're referring someone to Isagenix. So you enroll, you open your account number, that's you. Okay? And then you share it with someone. So let's say you shared it with Bill here. And Bill ordered the President's Pack and came in our auto ship. Your bonus would be $80. Does that make sense? Okay. However, how many like more? How many like things to be double? Okay? So this is what I really want you to think about. When you go out each week, you're going to think, who are the 2 people's lives I am going to bless this week? Whose lives am I going to transform with health and wealth this week? Because when you bless 2 lives, 2 people in the same week, Isagenix will double your referral bonus. So let's say not only do you share with Bill, but you also share with Joe. Both Bill and Joe did the President's Pack. Right? You've got them on auto ship. Your $80 for each referral now comes $160. Okay? You've doubled. So how many of you have ever made $320 for sharing something you did every day? Okay? Now, this is the basis of our business. Okay? So as you heard earlier, it's you plus 2. You come in, you find 2 friends who are going to eat the food with you. You ask for a commitment. And then you get started. So we did U plus 2. So the first thing you do is you focus on enrolling 2 people. Can you guys say U plus 2?
U plus 2.
Okay. Then the second thing, what are you going to ask them to do? Focus on getting their 2 people. Now, do you see why I knew I could do this? Because that is the compliment. Truly, that is it. Now, the other thing, as you're looking at the business, I know there's people here that are evaluating whether they could do this. One of the things that I knew is if people could see the money, they could make the money. How many people have been in companies or in areas where people could not see the money? It was hard to figure out. Okay? In this situation, you can see the money, so you can make the money. So you enroll 2 people, and then you get them paid, and you help them get there too. So you do you plus 2, and then them plus 2. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Can everybody do that?
Yes.
Okay. So what we're going to show you now is how we can rank advance. But I'm going to show you on the board. How many of you would like to know how to just make some money? How many of you would like an assignment? Yes? Do we have those handouts that we can give everyone? I'm going to start. So I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to work along with me. Does that work for you?
Yes.
right? So Latoya's coming to Isagenix, and she's chosen a path. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes.
So you come in and you choose your path. So let's say Latoya chose the president's path. It's $5.59. What's the referral bonus that the person enrolled is going to get? $80. Okay. So it's going to be $80. And possibly because they did two, it's going to be $160. Now, the first thing we're going to get Latoya to do is we're going to have her begin her journey. We're going to have her create herself as her own walking billboard, her own walking advertisement. But then we're going to say to Latoya, you know what, as you go on your journey, what we want you to do is we want you to find two people that are going to do this with you. So what are we doing? We're going to do U plus two, right? Okay. So let's say Latoya goes and she gets two people. Yeah.
Kenya and Barry. So we get Kenya and Barry. So we're gonna get Kenya and Barry.
Okay. Now, we could do it this way. Latoya could enroll Kenya with her president's pack at $80. And she can roll Barry with the president's pack at $80. Now, I'm using the president's pack. You can use whatever pack you want. We're going to show you some examples. But I want you to think about this. How many of you want to really understand the money and understand the habits of money? Okay. So this is what I do know. What pack you do is most likely going to be the pack that everyone else does. Okay? So when you make your decision today, ask yourself, what is the pack I actually want? Streaming through my business. Because most people go, so what'd you start with? Do they not? How did you get started? Right? So you want to say, you know what, you want to run the path that works for you, the path that you want to have running through your business. So let's say Latoya got Kendra and Barry started, and she did the present path, but if she did it 1 week, and then the second week, this would be her referral bonus. Do you get that?
Yes.
But Latoya, because she's coachable, I've been hanging out with her, okay, she's going to do it in the same week, because she is on a mission. So that 80 is going to become 160. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay? So what's going to happen to Latoya is this. She's going to make $320 for sharing with her first two people. Is that good?
Yeah.
How hard does she work?
Not good.
Not too hard, right? She's eating the food and sharing the food. Okay? And Isagenix is going to say, Latoya, you have shared with your first two people. We're going to give you a bonus, and she's going to make an extra $50. So far, she's made $370. Okay? And in my mind, this is step 1, and this is step 2. Now, how I like to train my team is this is week 1, and this is week 2. Okay? Because one of the things I've learned is if you guide people, they will follow. Right? So step 1, buy the food. Step 2, you don't need to eat alone. You share the food. You get 2 friends to share the food with you. Now, this is the other reason. If you have someone who's looking at the problems, you tell them that environment is stronger than willpower. What is it? Environment is stronger than willpower. Therefore, you tell them that you don't go on this journey by yourself. You could do it with someone else. Because how many people have started something, not told anybody, and quit knowing you started? Can I say that again? You started, you stopped, and no one knew you started because you never told anybody. If you want to increase the likelihood of success, you get them to do this with you. So it's so awesome. Who do you know? So as you go through, as you're going through and you're working through your diagram, what I want you to do is put the names of the 2 people you know. So who do you know that has some pounds and inches to lose? Who do you know that is athletic? Who do you know that drinks shakes? Who do you know that never has enough time to be able to eat properly? Who do you know that your gift to them will be helping them bless their health? Who do you know that is really looking for some money? That should be everybody you know, right? Who do you know? Who do you know? Who do you know? So I'm going to ask you as you're going along is to think, who would be the 2 people that I want to go on this journey with? I also ask people, who do you do everything with? Because we all have those people, right? We do everything with. When I started, I called started, right? And she was like, oh, okay, right? So we have those people in our lives, right? So why not? Who do you know? So mine was Cindy. The other person I called Mom, you doing a client, she was like, okay, right? I wanted to get started right away. So who do you know? So second thing, so you now just made some money. Is that good? Right. Was that hard? No. That was third step. What do you think the third step is? Help them do the same thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, Kendra and Barry, we don't want you doing this alone. Who do you know? And this will be step 3. Okay? And so we're going to help Kendra get her 2. And we're going to help Barry get there 2. So as you follow along on your diagram, I want you to start thinking, who do they know? Because you know who they know lots of times. Who do they know that you can say, well, you know what, let's go talk to this person. Let's go talk to that person. Because your job, Latoya's job is to get Kendra and Barry started, but then her job to help with Kendra and Barry get there too. Okay? So let's say Kendra and Barry go and they get there too. What's cool is they're each having a lot. Do you think they're happy? Yeah. Okay? Now, this is the foundation of your business. If you get this right here, your business will rock. What happens when you get people paid? Are they excited? Yeah. Okay. So what we do is my commitment when I bring someone in, I go, our first step's going to get you healthy. I go, would it be okay for your first 30 days that we get your investment back for you? What do you think the answer is? Yes. Yes. Right? So my second step is to begin the process of getting their investment back. How am I doing for Latoya so far? Great. Pretty good, huh? She's got $370 back. She's talked and shared with the 2 people. Do you think she thinks this is hard? No, she's like, man, I can do this. Okay? So then I go, Latoya, your responsibility to Kendra and Barry is to help them get their money back. Right? So now she's going to go out and she's going to help them get there too. What's going to happen is Kendra and Barry just made their $307. Latoya gets $100 here. I want you guys to get this. $100 here. Isagenix will give her $100 for helping her 2 people get their 2. Is that not silly? You get paid for helping your 2 people get their 2. Do you think you're going to be inspired and motivated? And tell them, and you know what, we're going to have to get your money back. Now look what's just happened to Latoya. She just made an extra $200. Have I fulfilled all my commitment to her? Right? Now this is the interesting thing. Step 4, right here, is what do you think is going to happen? What's going to happen? What do you think the next step is? Are they going to go get there too? Absolutely. So they're going to go get there too. But there's a few things that happen as this occurs. And I'd like to draw it because I want you guys to draw it with me and get this. In step 4, because Latoya, and for me this is week 1, week 2, week 3, in week 4, because Latoya has gotten help that you supposed to help people get paid in less than 30 days, Isagenix says, Latoya, I keep using your name because I'm willing it into existence rapidly, right? Make this happen. $820. Isagenix just gave her a $250 bonus because she did it in less than 30 days. Is that good?
Yes.
Okay. But I want you guys to catch this, because this is where it gets really exciting. If you continue and you say, okay, now go get your 2, and go get your 2, just for signing up 2 people, on week 4, passive kicks in for Latoya. The 6% of the plan kicks in. And she will make $160 just because these people continue to work. You guys get that?
Yeah.
Okay? If I were to go to week 8, and I'm going to show you this again. If I were to go to week 8 here, so it was you plus 2, them plus 2, you plus 2, them plus 2, and these people just continue to go get their 2, go get their 2. Do you guys see that? On week 8, we're told the passive would kick in, and that means that money that's coming in when people are using products that have already been joined your team, right, should be about $3,000. Okay, so here we've got the 6% at work, and she's going to be at 3,000 on week 12. It'll be 160 here, but watch what happens on week 8. So on week 12, she would be at around 49,000 dollars. Okay, and I want you to get this because that's the power of leverage. That's the power of people going, you go get your 2, you get your 2, you go get your 2. Now I'm giving you a perfect scenario. And then when Jimmy showed this to me, he goes, you go get your 2, you go get your 2. It's a perfect scenario. But he said, what would happen if you failed 90% of the time? Because you know, not everybody's going to go get their 2. But one way to get this, you have math on your side. You have math on your side. As people go get their 2, and they go get their 2, and they go get their 2, and they go get their 2. You've got math on your side. So what would happen if you failed? 95% of the time, 90% of the time. Would you still make money?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And the reason I show this, you make $5,000. But the reason I show this to you is because this is what people don't actually understand. Is you only need 2. And you get them going. Then you go get your next 2. And if they start this process, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to keep going. So what if you talk to 170 people? That's my number, 180 people. Okay? And out of that, only 10% actually stuck, and only 3% really rocked it. That's like a 95% failure rate. But I still have taken home over $1 million. Do you guys get that? Mm-hmm. That's the secret here. And that's what most people don't get. I'm going to show it to you a few times as we go through this presentation. So do you guys get U plus 2, them plus 2?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Are you guys going to eat the food?
Yeah.
Are you going to share the food?
Yeah.
You all sound excited.
Yeah.
So, crystal director. So our strengths have a few ranks. The first one is manager. And manager's when you do U plus 2, them plus 2. Okay? Your second rank is crystal director. And in crystal director, all you do is you go U plus 2, them plus 2, and you do a total of 3 times. Can you guys do that?
Yeah.
Okay? So you find 2 friends, you help them find 2 friends, and you go out and find 2 more friends, you help them find 2 friends, and you do it again. Crystal executive is then you do U plus 2, them plus 2, 5 times. You're going, this is too easy. I'm watching your teeth. Seriously. Okay? So, let me go back for a moment. So, U plus 2, them plus 2, you've actually done it 3 times. This bonus right here, I stand to give you $750. Okay? So you get the money for every referral, but when you've done it 3 times, they say I'm going to give you a $750 bonus. When you've done U plus 2, them plus 2, and you've done it 5 times, they're going to award you, if you do it in 6 months, they're going to say, we're going to give you a $1,000 bonus. Okay? That's what, and think about it, that's for getting 10 people who want to eat the food and showing them how to share the food and telling them to help their friends share the food. Okay? Quite a bit of money. So let's review. When Victoria got her first 2, she got her consulting loan. It was $50. Every time she helps people get their 2, she gets $100. And it's actually now up to 20. You can do up to 20 new people. Okay? When she helped those 2 people get their 2, okay, she gets a bonus of $250. When she goes out and she does use this for 3 times, or 6 people get their 2, she gets a $750 bonus. And then when she does it 10 times, or she does U plus 2 5 times, she gets a $1,000 bonus. Now that's just $3,050 just on bonuses alone. Now, what I really like about this, and and what's different and why this is the right time to get into Isagenix. So on the front end, what Isagenix is doing is rewarding you for taking action. They're rewarding you for sharing. They're rewarding you for helping your friends. They're rewarding you for getting into action. And they're doing that until the back end kicks in, until that 6% starts to work for you. So I tell people all you need to know is we'll tell you said is U plus 2, M plus 2. Okay? Don't worry about the rest of the plan. It'll all begin to work. U plus 2, M plus 2. U plus 2, M plus 2. So when you call your friend, you say, "Come, are you willing to eat the food?" And they'll say yes. And you say, "Can you find 2 people that are willing to eat the food?" Yes, we will get you paid. And all you got to do is teach them to find 2 people to eat the food. U plus 2, M plus 2. And you do that over and over and over again. All right. So I want to show you the power of leverage, because this is where people, in my opinion, don't understand this profession and don't understand network marketing. I'm going to ask this way to get up. Take the with me. So let's say Latoya is not right? So let's say Latoya has just joined Isagenix, okay? And I'm going to ask Latoya to point to 2 people in the audience, walk them and say, "You did join my team, please stand up. And you're my first 2. Choose wisely, honey. I know. All right. So Latoya's just gotten her first 2. Okay. What are you going to teach them?
Go get 2. Who do you know?
So go get 2, please. There you go.
You have to do that if you want.
Okay. So what are they going to teach their 2 people? So can you ask 2 people to stand up? He's like, "Oh." And then what are you going to teach your people? I know, right? And what are you going to teach your people? Go get 2. Okay. And I want to show you. Oh yeah, take your 2. Okay. So I'm gonna stop you guys right here. How many people did Latoya block? 2. How many people do we have standing up? Okay. Now, I want you to think of this in 3 ways. I want you to think of this as time, okay? Imagine if you asked everybody that was standing up for 10 hours a week. See, when we go to work, our dollars are attached to time. We have no leverage, okay? What Latoya has just done is she's leveraged everybody. So she asked everybody that came in and said, would you give 10 hours and go bless some lives? Would you give 10 hours and go bless some lives? Would you give 10 hours? What she's got is a business that's producing 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100. She's got a business that's producing about 300 hours of productivity. Do you guys get that? Okay, where can you go get that? See, now, I want you to get this because this is what the wealthy do. If you have a job, this is what they're doing. They're leveraging you, right? They're leveraging your productivity. Network marketing Isagenix gives you an opportunity to do what the wealthy do by creating your own leverage. But all they're doing is eat the food, share the food, eat the food, share the food, and get other people to do it and leverage. So you're leveraging time. You're also leveraging productivity because while you guys are producing, okay? She was leveraging your productivity. She was also leveraging your buying power. Now, people leverage our buying power all the time. Isn't that time we start leveraging our own buying power and the buying power of our friends? See, this is like creating your own personal economy. As the recession goes on out there, you're going to say, I'm not going to participate. I'm going to create my own personal economy, and I'm going to leverage the productivity, time, and buying power of the people I know. But I'm not going to leverage it and give them nothing. I'm going to say leverage it, and I'm going to teach you how to leverage. Do you see the power here? Now, what Isagenix says is we will pay you 6% to as far as you can leverage, to as many people and lives as you can touch, or until you're earning $13,500 per week. Is that crazy? $13,500 because you said, eat the food, yes. Share the food. Hey, eat the food. Share the food. Eat the food. Share the food. Eat the food. Share the food. Leverage. If you get this, as Latoya said earlier, going to work becomes challenging. And it's not because working is a bad thing, it's because you understand it. Because you understand, I've been participating in a linear world, trading time for dollars. I'm going to now participate in a leveraged world. So I'm not saying quit your job. I'm saying make sure you have leverage working for you. And this is an opportunity to do so.